think boxing-wise, he's going to give Canelo fits. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful.
Things just need to be left unsaid. I understand he's articulating like his point of view, like, look, this is all natural work. We're just working hard at it. We're doing X, Y, Z.
You always wonder, well, people say that, no, Canelo was going down and he had had enough. That there might be an excuse for that. So.
As the highly anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terrence "Bud" Crawford inches closer,
I think my initial reaction would be to say that I think that Crawford would be the superior boxer, as great as Canelo is, as seasoned as he is, with 65 fights, if I recall, on his record. I think boxing-wise, he's going to give Canelo fits. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, he can't keep him off of him. He says it's a legacy fight, and he believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo Alvarez, which is why we haven't really seen him in the ring against anybody else. Unfortunately, that's the business of boxing. He's a victim of it, not a...
the boxing world has been buzzing about Canelo's remarkable physical transformation ahead of the fight.
Reynoso says, starting now, I'll be working 100% with a team that I can supervise. I've let the boxers who have come to me to train have their own nutrition team. So all of these fighters popping because of their nutrition team. Eddie Reynoso is guilty by association, so you have to clear the shit up. That's what I was saying about Victor Conte when he came with his transparency. I'm doing the same now with Eddie Reynoso. He knows he has to clean that shit up. I suggest to Eddie Reynoso, if you're going to be 100% in control of the nutrition team, join Snack. They got hyper-exfoliated, futuristic, hyperbolic change. Get Nello on Snack. Hey, brother, Nello on Snack with the futuristic 1.121 gigawatt. Brother, please.
With none other than outspoken sports commentator Stephen A. Smith confronting the Mexican superstar over his new monster physique.
At its absolute finest, but how does it connect to Eddie Reynoso and Canelo team? So Rodriguez Jr. failed his test after the Galal fight. He set the record for the most punches landed in that fight. It even prompted people like Sonny Edwards during the fight to say, this is weird. And yet, he will not be punished. In fact, he'll be kind of rewarded because he's going to get ordered an immediate rematch for the WBC belt. The only thing he's got to do is have a 12-month probation period with random testing. Now, WB are doing this because they have ruled it proven unintentional use. It just so happened he took stuff that was extremely, extremely beneficial to his conditioning. Here is the WBC official statement. Feel free to pause this and read it. But what's it got to do with these two fine gentlemen? Well, Rodriguez Jr. is part of Canelo team, and he was rumoured to be managed by Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso has since came out and said, no, I don't manage him, blah, 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 and he distanced himself. Now, why that's important is because Eddie Reynoso has been connected to, I think now, 6 or 7 fighters who have all failed their drugs tests. The rumour around town, now this is just a rumour, and definitely not true, is that these two may have smoothed things over with the WBC. Maybe used their position of power to get Rodriguez Jr. a bit of a lenient sentence. Put it that way. Again, that's not true. I've just completely made that up. But what is unbelievable is a fighter nowadays can actually fail a drugs test and not be punished whatsoever. In fact, can be rewarded. Unbelievable.
Known for his fiery takes and willingness to hold athletes accountable, Stephen A. didn't hesitate to call out Canelo during a recent media interaction.
I think we want to see the best fight the best. And even though there's been a difference in weight divisions here, I think that, you know, people clamor for big names and big fights and guys who are great to fight each other. So being for the institution, and I am for the institution of boxing, I think Canelo has been great for boxing, and I think Terrence Crawford has been great for boxing. So how this is going to play out exactly, I don't know. You know, Terrence Crawford is older, and Canelo has, what, twice as many rounds? So I don't know how that combination ends up. You know, the weight difference, Canelo's going to be a bigger man, and a bigger frame and coming up in that weight. So I think it's just going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be at the Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play, and it's going to be filled up, and we're going to have a huge, huge night for boxing for the world to see.
On follow-up, do you feel like Terence Crawford has the style to cause Canelo problems?
Does he have the style to what?
Cause Canelo problems.
Terence Crawford's a great fighter. Terence Crawford can give anybody problems. Whether or not he will, I don't have that crystal ball. I don't know. We'll just have to.
Questioning whether the sudden muscle growth and powerful appearance were a sign of extreme dedication in training or something more controversial lingering in the background.
As everybody has opinions, and my opinion is that I think Canelo will be too big for him. I think Crawford needed a little more seasoning, a little more seasoning of his weight, that is. He's had a year and hasn't had really any fights against those caliber fighters. The last fight he had a 154-pounder, moved up one division and had a difficult time in a way that he wasn't dominating as he did in the lower divisions. And you talk about a guy in Canelo who's really only bad outing was at the Bivol fight. And Bivol, when I first talked about that fight, when they asked me, Bivol is a Gennady Golovkin, just 15 pounds heavier. Same skills, maybe not the punching power, but very skilled. So anybody below 75, Canelo is dominated easily. After the 5th or 6th round, it seems to be sparring sessions for him. So I think that he does very well, and I think he wears Crawford out and wins a going-away decision. Crawford is an all-time great, obviously, but there's weight divisions,
Definitely as well. Abel, I'll leave it there, but I'll leave you with the final words. Any final words for the fans? Waiting to see you in the corner on Saturday night, my friend.
I'm very happy to be back.
Canelo Alvarez, who has long been praised for his discipline, strength, and skill inside the ring, appeared noticeably bulkier.
The super fight in September, how do you see that fight playing out? Who are you leaning towards? Who wins that fight?
Yeah, I tell you, I tend to always think the naturally bigger fighter is going to have an advantage. I'm just, with the Crawford moving up, he was a 135-pound champion. They had 40, fantastic champion. 47 then, and then 54 is 68 too much. That's really a big jump. But I tell you, a lot of people I respect just say, no, he's going to be favored on that.
Wow.
So I don't know what to say, but Canelo's a great fighter and a smart fighter, and two fighters in the pound for pound best. Getting it on. That's nice for boxing.
And if Crawford is successful, where would you place him in the all-time greats? Does he belong in the top 10, or you've seen so many fighters come across?
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to say. But certainly he should be considered. He should be in that discussion, and people could argue that either way for a while. But if he does it, you always wonder. Will people say that no, Canelo was going down and he had had enough? That there might be an excuse for that. So, we'll see. But it'd be quite a feat if he does beat Canelo. That'd be amazing.
With fans pointing out the massive increase in muscle definition, fueling speculation across social media platforms. Stephen A., never one to shy away from difficult conversations.
When you first heard about this idea, when you first heard about it, what did you think of this idea of Bud going up to 68 to fight Canelo?
I ain't gonna lie. I've been putting it out since, I want to say, when he fought Sean Porter. Like back then, if you go watch, it's an interview out there. I had said I think that Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez right after he fought Sean Porter. So the idea, I've been thinking about it. I've been saying it before Bud even was saying it.
Why were you saying it then? Like that was a few years ago? Was he 160 or 168 at that point? But why did you believe then that was the right fight?
Because I just knew, like, as far as in that weight class, Terence Crawford is like the greatest. So I just feel as though with Canelo's style and like the style of boxing that he got, I think and this is before Bivol did it, but I thought like Terence Crawford was the only guy who I felt as though could have beat Canelo with his style.
So tell me if you think I'm wrong here. Like I might have been more confident after the Spence fight when he threw a lot of right hands in that fight, was aggressive. Against Madrimov, he didn't throw a lot of right hands in that fight. And I've been saying for years that the only way to beat Canelo Alvarez, throw right hands. Gennady Golovkin did it, almost beat him, probably should have beat him the first time around. Dimitri Bivol did it in their fight. Other guys tend to try to jab him to death. I don't think you can win fights
I was
jabbing.
about to say, I disagree with you.
That's not surprising.
Put the issue directly in the spotlight, asking Canelo what the boxing world wants to know. What exactly are we looking at here? This is a different kind of size, a different kind of build, and people want answers before you step in there against Crawford.
So look, I'm going to get my prediction. I don't want this video to be long. So typically my videos be like 20, 25 minutes long. I get deep on this shit. I'm going to keep it real. I think y'all are out of your fucking minds. Y'all are out of your fucking minds. Look, if you want to say, I think Bud Crawford has the opportunity to win this fight, don't count him out. I don't disagree with that at all. I will say, don't never count Bud out. I will say that. Never count Bud out. If y'all say this is a 50-50 fight, I'm not mad at that at all. Yeah. You think it's a 50-50 fight? Y'all, people are saying it's not even going to be a 50-50 fight. That Canelo was going to get smoked. And I think y'all are out of your fucking minds. Canelo needs to walk out to Roy Jones. You must have forgot. Y'all, this is arguably not only the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, but this is arguably one of the greatest fighters ever. And y'all are acting like Canelo is some kind of fucking pushover. Like he's some kind of stepping stone. I've never seen nothing like it. I have never seen a boxer so accomplished get shitted on in every fucking prediction video I'm seeing. It's madness. My prediction right now, Canelo wins this fight. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all got shit fucked up. y'all, bro, Canelo wins this fight.
The confrontation immediately sent shockwaves across the combat sports community because it hit on a sensitive narrative that has followed Canelo for years. Performance-enhancing drug allegations. While Canelo has always maintained his innocence and insisted that his accomplishments are the result of tireless work and dedication, Stephen A. emphasized that when a fighter shows up with a drastically altered physique, scrutiny is inevitable, especially when the opponent is someone as sharp, technical, and naturally gifted as Terence Crawford. Smith, speaking directly to fans on his show, reminded everyone that boxing is a sport where physical changes cannot go unnoticed, and credibility matters as much as legacy. Canelo, calm but firm in his response, brushed off the criticism, stating that his work ethic has always been unmatched, that his team is focused solely on preparation, and that his body is the result of consistent training, nutrition, and recovery. Still, the tension between Stephen A.'s bold confrontation and Canelo's defiance sparked heated debates online, with some fans praising Smith for demanding transparency, while others accused him of creating unnecessary drama ahead of a historic fight. Regardless, one thing is clear. Canelo's monstrous physique has added another layer of intrigue to a showdown that was already billed as one of the most significant fights in modern boxing history. With Crawford entering the bout undefeated and eager to cement his name among the greats, and Canelo determined to prove that he is still the face of boxing, the narrative of size, strength, and suspicion will continue to hang over the promotion. Whether Canelo's bulked-up body is the key to overpowering Crawford or simply a distraction planted by critics, the confrontation between Stephen A. Smith and Canelo Alvarez ensures that this fight is not only about skills, but also about perception, accountability, and the relentless questions that surround greatness in boxing. Drop your predictions in the comments below. And don't forget, Fight Night is September 13th, live from Allegiant Stadium, streaming free on Netflix. Plus, make sure you like this video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next video.